Hello everyone, your friendly neighborhood Luxans here, and today I am here with my week 1 for the ICBA, and we are fighting Miko Nakano, aka Aaron, aka Aaron2420, YT, a good pal of mine, I guess you could say. Very cool dude. Please check him out in the description below, I'll put his stuff down there. He makes very amazing, what's this called? His tweets. His tweets are very funny. Usually. Sometimes they're not. But usually, they get a chuckle out of me. So, Aaron has the team of... Give me a second, because I definitely prepared this. That. He's the coach of the Calgary Infernapes. I did know that one, but I need like his full team. So, Aaron has done is he's an absolute legend, and he decided to draft his top 11 waifus, but in Pokemon form. So we have Magearna, which I don't know all of these characters, by the way. So I think I do, but I don't know like exactly. So we have Magearna, which has Z, and is Chika Fujiwara. We have Megalophony, which is Mai Sakurajima. Gothtel, which is Ai Hayasaka. Entei, which is Yuigame. I don't know. I didn't watch Origaiga. Nidoqueen, which is Aki Adagaki. Honchkrow, which is Nino Nakano. Primarina, which is Nanami Aoyama. Shaman, which is Miku Nakano. Diancie, which is Dia Kurosawa. Clefairy is what's her face? Riko Sakurauchi. And you have Glaceon, which is Yukino Yukinoshita, if I'm correct. So that's his team. If you didn't catch that, it is Magearna, Megalophony, Gothitelle, Entei, Nidoqueen, Honchkrow, Primarina, Shaman, Diancie, Clefairy, Glaceon, with Glaceon having Z status and offense, and Honchkrow and Magearna having just the offense. Now, my team that I had built is as follows. That is not Discord. I need to quickly find it, is the only problem. I think that's it. No, that's a different one. I think this is it. Yeah. Wait, no, this has like no EVs. Is that it though? This is the team, but it has like no, it's not the sets, you know. Okay, here's the team with the sets. So we have max speed Mega Blaziken to speed tie with Shaman and with Jolly Entei, because in case he wants to bring like Stomping Tantrum or Earth Power with Scarf on either of those two to try and catch me, I will at least speed tie them at +1. We have Uxie, which is Papa Berry, which is mainly just a semi-defensive check to Megalophony and to like stuff like Nidoqueen. Basically being able to Thunder Wave any of these speedy mons, Memento to... I forgot Blaze moveset. Hold up, we're going back to Blaze. Shihan, or Mega Blaziken, Speed Boost, Jolly Nature, Flare Blitz, High Jump Kick, Poison Jab, Sword Stance, Speed Tie. We already went over the rest. Now we have Uxie, or Uxie, with Papa Berry, which has Thunder Wave, Memento, Stealth Rock, and U-Turn. From his team, immediately, first thing that like I noticed was he has like no hazard removals outside of Honchkrow. So I was thinking, I was gonna say like again, but I don't want to say like again because I say like way too much. Either way, I brought Uxie because Stealth Rock were really good against this team, since he has only one hazard remover being Honchkrow, and I didn't really see him bringing Honchkrow in a matchup versus Kyurem Black, Heliolisk, and Nihilego. So we brought Stealth Rock on Uxie. Memento is so Mega Blaziken can potentially just get him for free and click buttons, which honestly would have been great. Thunder Wave on it cause speedy things suck. U-turn cause I don't want to get trapped by Gothitelle and potentially just get Toxic stalled out, or set up on with Calm Mind or something, you know. Then we have Odin, which is Arcure Black, with Ground EMZ, Fusion Bolt, Iron Head, Earth Power, and Ice Beam. Now Fusion Bolt was mainly for Primarina, so I could always 2-code that at like max. Iron Head is for Diancie, obviously. Earth Power is for Magirna. So I felt like he would, if he were to run a Resist Berry, it would be Akka, because Mega Blaziken is right there. So I decided that Ground EMZ would be quite free on Kyurem against Magirna, since there's no way he'd run Shuka Berry when there's a Mega Blaziken. And Ice Beam is just stab, it deals with Nidoqueen, it can hit the lob, it can hit about anything really. And just my main kind of spam move. Next up we have Endlazar and Polion with leftovers. I ran Defiant? I don't remember why, but I ran Defiant with no attack investment. Well, we were running Defiant. Scald, Defog, Toxic, Roar. Scald was mainly for just burning like the lob if it switches in for whatever reason, and just kind of deals with a lot of his mons. Like Yancy doesn't like taking a Scald, Entei doesn't like taking a Scald, Nidoqueen doesn't like taking a Scald, and Empoleon was like my one decent switch into Primarina, since Specs Primarina kind of blew through my team, but he didn't bring that luckily, and Specs and not Specs, like Spadef Empoleon is like one of the few things that can switch into it multiple times. And as for the rest of the moves, Defog, Nidoqueen is a threat. I do not want T-Spikes on my field. Empoleon is immune to those, and I can just say no. The only problem would be if Nidoqueen were to, attack. And Stealth Rock, a few of my mons don't really appreciate that. Kyurem Black, Tornadus Therian, so kinda had to, get rid of those. Then we have Toxic, which is mainly for the Gothitelle. If it wants to switch in and try and trap me, set up on me, I can just Toxic that thing, force it to do other things, and I'll roar it out, potentially if it's like a Calm Mind variant. And then as for Magirna, no. We also have Roar for Magirna in case it wants to shift gear my face or set up a Trick Room, because Roar actually goes before Trick Room, which is very nice. Which was another reason why I brought this, so he just couldn't set up right in my face with Magirna. Next up we have Miso Ramen, which is our Tangrowth with Assault Vest. Very physically defensive though, so I made this Tangrowth so it can always take 2 Adamant High Jump Kicks after rocks, I'm pretty sure, from Megalopony, while also having a decent amount of special bulk still. Giga Drain, Earthquake, Sludge Bomb, Knockoff, kind of standard, Giga Drain, main stab, Earthquake is to hit Magirna, hit the Nidoqueen. Sludge Bomb was for the Shaman, and Knockoff was just Knockoff, Then we have Tornadus. Love our Tornadus, Therian. With his Sky Plate, Modest Nature, because his speed tiers are actually kind of whack, in my opinion. It goes from Shaman to Megalopony. So I kind of was just free to run Modest here and speed creep to Shaman. So Modest, Sky Plate, Hurricane, Heat Wave, Air Slash, and U-Turn. Air Slash was there mainly for if I didn't need to click Hurricane, like say his Megalops out, Modest Sky Plate with the invest that I predicted him to run, which was to outspeed Torn. Air Slash had like a 75% chance to kill anyway, so with a bit of chip, we would have always been able to kill that. Yeah, that's about it. Let's get right into the match. So looking at the matchup here, I decided, okay, my best choice is to lead Kyurem Black, not Uxie, not Empoleon. No. Because Aaron was actually streaming this at the time. I'm just kind of talking now. But Aaron was actually streaming this battle at the time. So that was actually really cool. Like, being able to see his thought process during the battle. Like, right after... I've sound on, that's not supposed to happen. But being able to see his thought process after the battle, like right after the battle, not having to wait like an entire week. That was really cool. So I think he said he expected. I'll just quickly do this. I think he expected me to lead either Empoleon or Yuxi, if I recall correctly. Well, I was thinking of leading Yuxi because I kind of really want rocks against this team since he has no real way to get rid of him. I decided Kieran Black has a way better lead here because, from my perspective, his two elites could have been Nidoqueen or Diancie if he wanted rocks. I can Z to Magearna turn 1, Entei I can just switch out. Megalop would be a bad one, and his Godstel does not really want to stay in too much on Kyurem either. So I decided Kyurem can just come in here, click Ice Beam. Kyurem is just a decent lead here, deals with most of his mons, and that's what I did. He does lead with the Nidoqueen luckily for me, as I just decide to click Ice Beam. There's no reason to predict anything to happen here, as Ice Beam will guarantee me damage on anything. He does decide to stay in. I was thinking that he might be Yachi or something, but he ends up just having a decent amount of Spadef, so he can live that. Goes for the Stealth Rock turn 1 due to Kyurem and Tornadus, of course, as I just decided to click Ice Beam again. Again, guaranteed damage, or we killed Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen is down. He does not get anything else done with Nidoqueen. He goes into my, which is his Megalopony, as I decide, hey, I have my Megalopony answer. Tangrowth, Misoramen. So we just decide to go into that. Point Stones dug into Tangrowth, into Misoramen I should say. He Mega Evolves here, obviously, and if I recall correctly, he clicks Fake Out here. Yeah. You just want the guaranteed chip on Kyurem, which is solid play. But right here, he does decide to go into Gothitelle, as I decide to double out into the Tornadus. Now, what I was thinking here was, if he goes for like High Jump Kick or Drain Punch, Tornadus can still take one. And if he goes out into Gothitelle, we can always just U-turn out, since Goth was a pretty obvious play there, since it can easily trap Tangrowth. Now here I just decide to go into Endless my Empoleon, as this is one of my answers to Goth, since it can't really do much to me. As I decide to click Defog here, since he has no rocker anymore unless Diancie was carrying rocks, which, if his Nidoqueen is carrying rocks, I did not suspect his Diancie to potentially carry rocks. I thought that it could possibly be more of an offensive set even, since, you know, I have Mega Blaziken. Trick Room kind of, you know, fucks Blaziken. I'm saying you know a lot. Jesus Christ. Either way, we click Defog here, rocks are gone, and I decide to click Roar here, expecting him to put potentially Shift Gear or even Trick Room, as he does decide to go for Trick Room since we went first with Roar. Now here he gets forced out into Diancie, and I decide we're clicking Roar again. If this man clicks Trick Room again, I would not appreciate that. So I'm just gonna click Roar there, force out the Magearna, as we can just straight up go out into our what's it called, Tangrowth here. As I decide, hey, he went to Goth last time, right? I don't think he will go straight into Goth this time, so... Or wait, no. Yeah, I didn't think he'd go straight into Goth again, so I just went into Yuxi, which can guarantee take 2 returns. And... what's it called? He could also U-turn out on the Gothitelle. Now, he goes into Yui here, which is his Entei, as I go for the Thunder Wave here, trying to potentially paralyze his Lob, paralyze his Gothitelle, because if I paralyze Gothitelle, I'm guaranteed faster, and I can always U-turn first, go into Empoleon, etc, etc. We go for Stealth Rock here, as this Entei cannot do too much to me. Even Bandit Entei wouldn't kill me from this range, and as I could see from this damage, he was not Bandit, and this burn was actually huge for me, as this put me in range of my berry, which is not good for Aaron, because we are now at like 70%, and we can just get some free chip on the Entei. as I just decide to click Psychic, and he does overpredict and go for the Stomping Tantrum, unfortunately. Predicting my Mega Blaziken, I assume, to come out. Or I think he said that on stream. He might have said that. I don't remember. Either way, we click Psychic again. As he just goes for the Sacred Fight here. Knowing that I could take one, I decided to just spam Psychics for a bit. And here, we just go for the Memento. As, hey, fuck you. You are now Reed. Fuck your attack, fuck your special attack. It is time for us to absolutely go in with Mega Blaziken. Right? I thought. Well, Lux from the future can tell you. We did not go in with Mega Blaziken, because Lux from the past got a message on his phone, didn't pay attention, just kept spamming A and clicked Flare Blitz. We still do a decent chunk, but I meant to click High Jump Kick here. But I'm an absolute retard, so he goes for a base 140 Stomping Tantrum because he got paralyzed last turn, otherwise his attack would have failed anyway because Yuxi was dead. So we get our speed boost, and now we Mega Evolve our Blaziken because I'm stupid as fuck. And just kind of, it's just kind of a misclick, you know. We click High Jump Kick here though. Kill the Entei. We could have preserved Mega Blaziken, but I guess it's fine. As we do get another speed boost, he goes out into my Sakurajima, which is his Lopunny. His Mega Lopunny, I should say. And I just go out into my Tangrowth once again. Now, he just decided to click Fake Out here, which he did reveal earlier. So, you know. And I decided to go out into my Tornadus here, expecting him to go out into the Goth again. Now here he goes for the Drain Punch, however, which I'm not really expecting for him to just hard Drain Punch there. But he does decide to withdraw and go into Hayasaka, as I decide to just click Hurricane here. Hurricane, he had no switching at this point. Like Magearna from Modest Skyplay with max attack, with max HP, would still take like 25% with potential confusion if I hit. So that is very nice. We do go for the U-turn here to kill the Goth. And we just go out into Odin, because unless he goes into Megalob, we should be fine. And if he goes into Megalob, we just go into Tangrowth and we just repeat the cycle. Now he does go out into Chica here, which I just clicked my Z. Like, you see this thing, I see it too. I'm clicking Z, because you know what, Cure B clicks Z. Groundium Z coming out here, Tectonic Rage. It's gonna look really cool. And just look at this beast, boom. I still think the Z move animations look really cool, to be honest. It just pops out of the ground. You bring it down to like 2 HP, and he does get the Trick Room up. So I decide to pivot into my Tangrowth here, as I could take a Fleur Cannon with Tangrowth from this range, and if he was Trick Room, I didn't expect him to be like Ice Beam, but he does miss the Focus Blast, which he went for because of Empoleon, I'm pretty sure. Well, either way, I go into Tangrowth, predicting a hit, and then what I was going to do was then switch into Empoleon, because -2 Focus Blast wouldn't do too much, and then I could just switch back in and back out between Empoleon and Tangrowth for a bit. Either way, Tangrowth's out now. He goes out into Dia Kurosawa, which is his Diancie, and seeing with Trick Room Magearna, and now also a Calm on Diancie, I figured this was offensive, so I decided I do not want to risk this thing having a Berry, so let's just knock it off. He couldn't kill me from that range, So just do that. Here I decide to sack off Mega Blaziken as it has no function anymore in this match. It can like deal a significant chunk to Diancie, I guess, with like high jump kick, but that was about it. And we can just go into Odin here now that the Trick Room is gone, and just click Iron Head very freely, as he was expecting like Flash Cannon maybe, since I had only shown special moves. I had only shown Ice Beam. I was quite specially invested, so he probably expected Flash Cannon. We go for Iron Head, however, since we are a mixed variant, and here I just decide to click Ice Beam, since Tornadus can deal with Lopunny. As he decides to click Return, so he can deal enough damage to Tangrowth. We click Ice Beam, we get a crit, and we freeze. It is unfortunate, but it didn't really end up mattering in the end, because I still would have beaten him. But it did give me 1 point of differential and cure him an extra kill, which is unfortunate. But that's a GG to Aaron. It was a very fun match to play, in my opinion. Like, wait, why is it going to SMH? You know what? We're just going right here. There we go. Boom. Better frame. So, GG to Aaron. It was a very fun match to play, in my opinion. It was like a very the turns didn't last that. The turns lasted quite long, but it was still like it still felt like very high pace offensive, you know, and I really like that. So, thank you for that. Next week we fight DS and his Birmingham Vulpix. I'll see you guys next time. Peace out.